there's a character who was recently introduced in Season 2. He had like 1 minute of screen time and still has a better future in the series than all the Guardians combined. Want to take a minute to guess who it is? It's Bulletproof! If you're shocked to know, then well, I don't blame you. Who would have guessed that someone named Bulletproof could be the future of the show? Well, let me give you reasons why I said it, and I'm gonna talk to you about his powers and disclose everything you need to know about this guy. Let's get started. In Season 2 of Invincible, we witness how Omni-Man's shocking deeds impact Mark Grayson and his mother deeply. Omni-Man's betrayal not only fractures trust, but also shakes the very foundation of the Global Defense Agency. Cecil Stedman, torn between the need for protection and doubts about Mark's loyalty, hesitates to deploy him for safeguarding the planet again. Meanwhile, the Guardians of the Globe, aka Robot, Rexplode, Duplicate, Shrinking Ray, Monster Girl, and Black Samson, face a formidable opponent in the Giant. Struggling in their efforts to overcome the threat, it becomes crystal clear that they're in dire need of additional support. So to save their heads next time they get in a fight, Cecil decides to enlist the Immortal to lead the team. With his millennial-long experience as a hero, the Immortal brings invaluable wisdom and leadership to the table. And recognizing that the Guardians lack sheer strength, Bulletproof makes a grand entrance, stepping in to fill this void. Delete, team needs more muscle.
The team needs more muscle.
His official debut in Invincible marks a significant moment, although there was an Easter egg hidden in the first ever episode of Invincible, and that Easter egg was the hint of Bulletproof joining the series soon. In the first episode of Invincible, Mark, fresh with his newfound abilities, takes on the role of crime-fighting hero. But let's talk about when his dad, Omni-Man, decides it's time for Mark to have a proper superhero outfit. Omni-Man, being the supportive dad that he is, brings Mark to meet the legendary supersuit designer, Art Rosenbaum. Now when Mark walks into the shop, his eyes immediately lock onto this mannequin sporting Bulletproof's flashy costume. Mark decides to give it a shot, trying it on, but in the end he opts against it. Why? Well, the bright orange and yellow combo was just a bit too attention-grabbing for his taste. Now here's the cool part, that moment was a sneaky hint for fans about Bulletproof's future appearance. You see, that same suit that caught Mark's eye on the mannequin is the very outfit that Bulletproof ends up wearing when he makes his grand entrance in Season 2 of Invincible. So Bulletproof did his grand entry thing in Season 2 Episode 1 and he was roasted immediately on arrival by Rex. We should learn some hospitality from Rex. That's the way to welcome new team members, right? I'm kidding. Anyways, Bulletproof's real name is Zandel Randolph, and flash warning, there might be some spoilers ahead if they decide to cover the backstory of Bulletproof in upcoming episodes of Invincible, just so you know. Well, honestly, I think the chances are pretty low, but still anything can happen. It's good to let you guys know though beforehand. That being said, let's continue, if you're not afraid, that is. So, Zandel Randolph. He grew up in the shadow of his twin brother Tyrone. Both were born to Mr. and Mrs. Randolph. While Tyrone was the favorite child diving into science, Zandel took on a different path, embracing paintings and a more carefree way of life. It wasn't until later that Zandel stumbled upon Tyrone's secret fixation with superpowers. In a shocking turn, Tyrone, driven by his obsession, drugged Zandel, unwittingly making him a guinea pig for his superpower experiment. That's messed up. Thinking their identical DNA would make a sure success, Tyrone's project did grant Zandel powers, but it cost Tyrone his life in a tragic and unexpected twist. Faced with this unexpected gift and the loss of his brother, Zandel had to grapple with these newfound abilities, and over time he mastered control over his powers, using them for good, occasionally stepping into the role of a crime-fighting superhero, taking on the name Bulletproof. He dedicated himself to helping others and keeping the streets safe, which is nice. But let's talk about his abilities and powers, and we're also going to talk about his weaknesses. Bulletproof possesses an incredible set of powers that make him quite the superhero. First of all, he's like a human sponge for energy. He can soak up kinetic energy, using it to fuel all sorts of superhuman abilities. Plus, this guy doesn't need to breathe, eat, or drink whatever to survive. His body's so adept at absorbing energy that it keeps him going strong even without chowing down. Although he does seem to get a kick out of munching and sipping stuff anyways. And get this, he stays in tip-top shape no matter how much snacks he eats. Muscles stay beefy and tight and lean, and body stays perfect. That's not fair. Oh, and flying? Yeah, he's a pro at that too. He can zoom through the air at a whopping 750 miles per hour. That is really fast. Whoa. He's not just restricted to our cozy little planet either. This dude can even travel through stars. Plus, good luck trying to hurt him. He's as tough as nails. Bullets, shrapnel, you name it. This energy absorption thing keeps him safe from all that harm. Not to mention, he's got this super fast healing power that makes Wolverine look like a slowpoke. No dissing to Wolverine though, he's like my favorite, just for the record. So anyways, no diseases can touch him either. Bulletproof is immune to a lot of stuff. Now when it comes to reflexes, he's pretty good at that too. He can dodge bullets like it's no biggie, and speed, oh boy, he is fast. Everything slows down in his perception when he revs up, giving him this really cool slow motion view of reality. And then finally, we have someone to replace Red Rush, which is great. Plus, Bulletproof's got a very good stamina, and he can like lift cars without breaking a sweat. And just when you thought that was it, turns out he's a master painter too. How cool! He's been crafting art since he was a little snot. Well, that's more of like a hobby rather than a superpower, but anyways, enough of the praises. Otherwise, you guys will think I'm being way too nice to this guy. Let's talk about his weaknesses and why he sucks. Bulletproof's superpower has limits. If he's dishing out a lot of kinetic energy, he can't keep it up forever. Once he goes all out, he's zapped out of his energy in a snap. Now, his toughness doesn't cover all bases. Stuff like getting strangled or squished doesn't fall under his shield. Those attacks don't pack the kinetic punch he's protected against. And there you go, that's all you needed to know about this Bulletproof guy. So tell me down in the comment section below which superhero from the Guardians will give him the hardest fight. Who's your pick and why? Please feel free to ask me any questions you have. I would love to help. Thank you for watching and see you next time.